Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, everyone. I am Emmanuel Notary. I'm the General Delegate of the Anima Investment Network, which is organizing this workshop on the promotion of investment in the Mediterranean. And I will have the pleasure to moderate the session. Anima is a network that has been created 15 years ago by the investment promotion agencies from the Mediterranean basin to collaborate together on the promotion of their economies in order to contribute to a shared prosperity and a sustainable development among them. We really would like to thank UNCTAD for the opportunity that they give us by organizing this workshop to report about 15 years of collaboration and 15 years of joint initiatives. This morning, you will be introduced to the mechanism that the members of Anima have put in place to collaborate together. And you will hear of experiences of different members of the association, of the network, which will report how they benefited from this, how it impacted their missions to work within Anima. But without any delay, I would like to give the floor to the president of Anima, Mr. Tarak Sherif. Mr. Sherif is the president of the Confederation of Citizen Enterprise in Tunisia, as well as a major businessman in Tunisia and in Africa. Mr. Sherif, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Dear colleagues, dear participants, on behalf of the Anima network, which I have the honor of being the president, I would like to welcome you all. I would also like to express my warmest thanks to UNCTAD for inviting us to organize this workshop within the framework of the World Investment Forum. We wanted this workshop because the countries around the Mediterranean have a major opportunity in front of them. The opportunity of benefiting from new investment flows as a result of the reorganization of world production that is underway. As we know, technological development in factories, digitalization, automation, and the need to fight against climate change in particular by producing closer to consumer markets have been major trends for the past 10 years. The health crisis we are experiencing has further reinforced them. What does this mean for us, the countries of the Mediterranean basin? It means that productive activities will be redeveloped in our countries. Activities linked to diversification strategy of international companies that want to address the European, African, and Gulf demand. Activities sometimes also linked to relocation strategies. This will not happen immediately. Economists speak of 3 to 5 years. But it is today that we must prepare ourselves to seize this opportunity. And this must be done together. This means improving our non-tariff barriers to import-export activities, facilitating the mobility of capital, making our transport and logistic chains more fluid, developing our technology, and above all, it implies developing our value chains in the Mediterranean by connecting the company of our countries. We are working on all this within the Anima network. The network was created 15 years ago by 11 investment promotion agencies. Today, it brings together 17 organizations that support investors and companies in 20 countries in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Anima is a unique network which brings together around investment promotion agencies and all the skills and network to boost the attractiveness and economic development potential of our countries. Business associations, development actors in the regions, expert and international development institutions. Thanks to our action, we managed to change the business and investment climate to improve services for companies and to generate direct business and investment flows. We are today to call on you to join us, especially those of you in charge of investment promotion. We want to invite you to come and work with us. If you are an agency or an economic development actor in a country in Europe, in Middle East or Africa, then Anima is your natural network. Within the network, you will be able to identify the partners with whom to collaborate to transform this opportunity I mentioned into investment flows and value creation for you, for your territory. I can testify as president of CONET, the Confederation of Citizen Enterprises of Tunisia, to the path that our organization has traveled thanks to its association with the Anima network. We still benefit from the support of peer organizations from the network to revise our marketing strategy. If you recognize yourself in these values, then we are waiting for you within Anima. Thank you very much. I will now hand over to Emmanuel Notary, our delegate general, to give you a quick presentation on how we work, and then to my colleagues from Greece, Tunisia, France, and Egypt to share their feedback. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you very much, Tarak Sherif. I will make this short presentation of Anima. I hope to be the briefest possible. So, who is Anima really? Anima, it's a non-profit organization first, which acts as a platform for economic cooperation between Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. So today we are 70 members organizations from these regions, Europe, Middle East, North Africa. And in addition, the network has developed partnerships with many other African or Middle Eastern countries. These are public organizations, investment promotion, economic development organizations, business networks, and experts and international organizations that are part of this network. What we are doing really in Anima is engineer and implement initiatives to improve the business and investment environment in the Mediterranean region and beyond. So why does Anima exist for? Why are these organizations, these countries, willing to work together when they have at the same time to compete to attract foreign investors in particular? At first, because they face common challenges related to unemployment, especially for the youth and for women. Food challenges. You have to know that in these regions, we are 6% of the populations, and we import 30% of the global wheat. So there is plenty of opportunities in the food sectors. Environment challenges, obviously, due to climate change, as well as the growing urban development. And finally, health challenges. And finally, the challenges related to the prosperity gap that exists between the north and the south of the Mediterranean, which is the largest in the world and has obviously a lot of consequences, as you can imagine. So all these challenges, we could also see them as an opportunity, including for the business. And it is our commitment as an organization which is part of the Global Compact to mobilize the private sector to contribute to overcome these challenges. So in addition to common talent challenges, there are bold trends in the world, and they have been existing for years, for 10 years at least, which have reinforced even by the health crisis, and they push our countries closer together. The first one, Tarak Sherif mentioned it, is the technology in the industry. Today, due to the technology, to automation, to digitalization, it is less beneficial for a company to produce at the other side of the world. Secondly, the sustainability imperative. Again, due to the climate issues, due to the environment footprint, it's more and more companies are thinking to produce closer to their consumer market, to do more circular, to have more circular practices. So it's another trend. Finally, we can see it is recent also due to the crisis, a rising protectionism. It is happening in all developed and less developed countries. They want to protect their companies that have been weakened by the crisis from foreign predators, and the consequence is that it is less easy to invest abroad in this condition. So all these are reinforce the necessity for what we are doing at Anima, which is contribute to the development of value chains within the Mediterranean region. And indeed, we have some key advantages to seize this opportunity of redeveloping value chains in this part of the world. First, because all countries have trade agreements, the EU markets, custom unions, or association agreements in this region. Secondly, because this region is performing very well in terms of productivity, better than China, and much better than Southeast Asia. And finally, because the labor cost in the south stream of the Mediterranean is as competitive as Southeast Asia and Bangladesh. So in this context, we have really an opportunity to see this Mediterranean region benefiting from the reorganization of the global production, provided we continue to work on our weaknesses to increase our attractiveness. So what are we doing together at Anima? What are we doing collectively to work on this issue? Our work at Anima is to collaborate with the members to develop solutions to the common challenges, to the common issues. The process is the following. First, we identify an issue or a challenge. This could be through studies or through an evaluation of past initiatives we are implemented. And then we try to frame the issue, understand where it occurs and if solution already exists. Second, we gather partners who could work on designing and implementing solutions in their country. And we work together to imagine a methodology to address and develop this solution. At this stage, we usually contact and partner with international donors who are also mobilized to support our network in developing an initiative to address the solution. Finally, we launch a pilot project with a consortium of partners to test the solution we have imagined. Usually, the Anima team secretariat is making the coordination of the project, but on the ground, it is the partners who implement the activities. It's a general rule that the Anima secretariat always reinforce the local organizations and never substitute to them when country, as in the end, they will be the one capitalizing on the project and sustaining the solutions. And finally, we capitalize and disseminate the results of the pilot project in order to replicate this success to other countries. We do so by editing success story, organizing monthly webinars, or organizing peer-to-peer technical assistance. And this process obviously is continuous, which means that the lesson learned from previous initiatives will lead to new diagnoses and emerging of new solutions. Now, who take part in this process? At first, within the Anima network, you will find investment promotion agencies. They are the founding member of Anima, and today we have 14 IPAs, a member of this network. Secondly, you have regional actors, territorial actors, regional IPAs, economic development agencies, local authorities, as well as SME support or export agencies. Third category, which is essential to develop solutions adapted to the investors and enterprise, the private sectors. Anima associates 19 business, investment, and innovation networks in Europe and the Mediterranean countries. And finally, some networks of international experts, research centers, and academics who provide the network with diagnosis, benchmark, and strategic information. And above all, those with whom most of our work is made possible, obviously, international development and finance institutions who provide expertise and funds to support our initiatives. I do not list them, but you know most of them probably. Now, I would like to share some examples of initiatives and solutions that we have developed within Anima. The first one is named EDIL. It's a toolkit we have developed to provide investment promotion agencies or public actors with a tool to improve the local impact of investment projects, in particular in relations to their contribution to the social development goals achievement. EDIL is a rating tool which permits to rate the economic, social, environmental, and territorial performance of the projects, and it permits to focus and incentive the most performing projects. Second realization, Anima and their private sector partners organize many business matchmaking events. This is to improve the regional integration and develop the Mediterranean value chains. So far, more than 3,500 business partnerships have been concluded thanks to this action. We also are very active in mobilizing the expats and the diaspora to promote investment in their home countries. We implemented many initiatives in this field, and one of the most interesting, I think, is the mentoring programs, where we mobilize diaspora businessmen to coach entrepreneurs in their home countries. These mentoring programs are very interesting to raise awareness of the diaspora on the business opportunity in their home countries and on the entrepreneurial ecosystem. It often leads, and it led, from our experience, to direct investment from the diaspora or to business development in their home countries. Our investment promotion agencies also reported that investment promotion is not a topic that is taught at university. So therefore, we have developed with the Aix-Marseille University and with Business France a training certificate in territorial marketing to equip our members, our organizations with the capacity to train their staff. Anima is also very active in creating institutions when they are lacking in the country. This was the case, for example, in the dairy industry, where we created clusters of producers to support their move up market. The same with Business Angel Network, private investor syndicate that we have created in Morocco, Tunisia, and Jordan to overcome the lack of early stage investment for entrepreneurs. Finally, Anima is active in advocacy and tries to improve the business and investment climate by helping regulations to evolve. This was the case when we supported Tunisia in implementing the crowdfunding law after it was voted at the parliament. And this is also the case with the tax incentive for R&D expenditures of enterprise, which is on your slide. This type of incentive is really a game changer in terms of attractiveness and of innovation creation in a country. And Anima is quite active to push this kind of measure, notably in Morocco and Tunisia, where the private sector and the ministries are both interested to collaborate to implement such solutions. So a few figures to conclude. Anima was created in 2006. After 15 years, we have 52 million euro of funds to implement our solutions in partnership with our members and partners. We implemented 24 projects, cooperation projects. We supported directly the improvement of the services or strategy of 450 agencies or economic development organizations and generated directly 3,550 business-to-business deals through our initiatives. So thank you for your attention. I would like now to give the floor to one of our members, a vice president of our network, actually, Vaso Kirku. She's the Director General of Communication, Marketing, and Stakeholder Relations and head chairman and CEO office at Enterprise Greece, so many hats. And I would like, Vaso, that you could share our experience with the audience, please.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Mr. President, dear colleagues, as Emmanuel already mentioned, my name is Vaso Kirku, and I'm the Director General of Communication and Stakeholder Relations of Enterprise Greece. Enterprise Greece is the official investment and trade promotion agency of the Greek state, operating under the auspices of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Our mission is twofold. We provide foreign investors with a one-stop shop for information, consulting, and assistance through every phase of their investment project, and we also promote Greek products and services in international markets. Part of my mandate is to promote Greece to all relevant international stakeholders. Why? Because if Greece has a strong and positive brand in the international market, it will be more attractive to tourists, skilled workers, and investors, as well as more resilient to financial fluctuations. At the same time, our local businesses will benefit from positive country of origin effects and an increased, subsequently, ability to export. In order to do so, one needs to define their country's unique value proposition and then use appropriate communication tools to communicate that unique value proposition to their target audiences. After 25 years in the job, I have discovered that one of the best communication tools available is hosting an international event. You may ask why I claim that when you know that you cannot really quantify the value of the exposure you get from an event. My experience taught me that when a well-organized international event is a positive experience for the participants, it significantly affects their perception of the host country. And that, ladies and gentlemen, leads to the creation of a legacy. Often that legacy is substantial enough that in the long term can greatly benefit the host country's brand name. In collaboration with Anima, we organized a 3-day conference and a series of workshops in Athens to mark the launch of our Next Society initiative. The aim of the Next Society initiative was to promote innovation as a means to achieve sustainable economic growth and to strengthen the innovation ecosystems in the Mediterranean region. Its strategic objectives also included removing barriers to innovation and, of course, creating added value from startups based in the Mediterranean countries. For us, Enterprise Greece, Anima's Next Society conference was an amazing opportunity. The Greek ICT sector offers enormous prospects in activities related to data centers, software development, space technologies, and applications development. The availability of highly skilled engineers, an ecosystem with small scale but very dynamic Greek companies seeking strategic investment partnerships, and the rapidly maturing Greek startup scene was the story that we as Greece wanted to share, and we did. Thanks to the Next Society conference, we were able to present our story to 150 international participants. We mobilized innovative Greek startups to actively promote themselves and reach out to their counterparts in the Mediterranean. We attracted the attention of high-level national and international stakeholders, including ministers, parliamentarians, and regional governors. And on top of that, we even shared all the organizational costs with Anima. This is one of the reasons we joined Anima Investment Network and remain a steadfast partner. The network provides us with opportunities to tell our story, that of a country committed to becoming a technology hub in the region. And our story, ladies and gentlemen, is being heard. A series of recent investments by big technology companies in Greece, such as Microsoft, Amazon, and Cisco, shows that the world is listening. Maybe now is the right time for you to join Anima as well and benefit from the opportunities to make your own stories heard. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vaso. for the kind word and invitation for the report. I would like immediately to give the floor now to Zied Larbib. She is the International Marketing Director at FIPA Tunisia, the investment promotion agency in Tunisia. FIPA was among the founding organization of Anima, and they are also vice presidents today of the network. Zied Larbib, if you hear me, the floor is yours. Thank you, Vasily.
Yes, thank you, Emmanuel. Good morning, everyone. I'm Zied Larbib, the marketing director of the Invest in Tunisia agency, FIPA. Our agency promotes Tunisia abroad and assists foreign investors in setting up their business in Tunisia. We were a founding member of the Anima network in 2006, and we held currently the vice presidency of the association, specifically in charge of governance issues. We also hold the presidency of Anima for 6 years, until 2018. As you may know, international openness is a principle for Tunisia since more than 3,000 years. Presently, our attractiveness is mainly conducted by the quality and competitiveness of our human resources and our position in the southern rim of the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean area is indeed in Tunisia's genes, and we're as much oriented towards Europe, Arab countries, and the African continent. In this context, participating and getting involved in a network like Anima is essential. And it is not for nothing that many Tunisian public and private sectors, which represent the wealth of our ecosystem, are members of the Anima network. Anima is an important tool, firstly because the network represents a pool of trusted partners. For us, being part of this network means being part of a community of high-level men and women who have such a level of expertise and relationships that enable us to find partners in them to help us achieve our challenges. Whether it is finding new ideas to enhance our strategy and services, or finding relays to reach companies in foreign countries in order to promote Tunisia to these companies. I would like to testify with some pride to the impact our network has had thanks to the dialogue and collaboration between its members during the presidency of FIPA. First of all, we have had an impact on the attractiveness of the whole region. We have launched several programs to promote diaspora investments. We have published investor guides to highlight the opportunities in our countries, and we have organized regular business meetings to develop partnerships between enterprises from our countries. We also have had an impact, or at least developed contributions to improve the business climate. We have published several policy papers on SME financing with concrete proposals, and we have developed the ideal tool, which makes it possible to rate to the local impact investment, and is still today particularly an avant-garde tool. We have also had an impact on enterprises since we have launched an initiative that has enabled to federate businesses in the dairy sectors and to create 8 cluster organizations in Tunisia, Egypt, Lebanon, Greece, and Italy. Why I'm telling you all this, it is not to boast. It is to show you that beyond the benefits that our agency can get from the relationships within the Anima network and the quality of the context that they find there, the added value that I want to testify to this feeling of participating together in pulling forward the integration between the countries of the Mediterranean region. This feeling of having an impact on cooperation and partnership strategies in the region. Anima is both a space for co-construction between peers and a tool of influence that is listened to by the government and donors operating in the Mediterranean region. And it is primarily to participate in this collaboration work that we want to invite you to join the network. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zied, for reporting your experience. I would like now to give the floor to Philippe Verano. He's the Director of International Cooperation Mission at Business France, to share his experience. He was also among the founding organization of Anima, Business France, and today he's the treasurer of the network.
Merci Emmanuel, and hello to everybody. So, as Emmanuel said, my name is Philippe Verano. I'm the head of international cooperation at Business France. Just a quick word on Business France. Our job, we are a public agency, and our job is to help internationalize the French economies through two main missions. One, which is to assist French companies go international and export and develop their business internationally. And the second main mission is to attract foreign investors to France and help them set up shop and develop their activities in France. Business France was created in 2015 following the merger of the Invest in France agency and WIF France. And at the time, it was felt by our shareholders, the Ministry of Economy and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that it was very important to complete these two missions by international cooperation mission to help develop links with our sister agencies throughout the world. So I am in charge of this international cooperation mission. So the main objective of this mission are to develop specific relations with our sister agencies, exchange on best practices, possibly join together to develop common projects, and also provide some peer-to-peer advice on the transfer of know-how through technical support to agencies which need some capacity building. Within this, the participation to network is very member of several networks of trade promotion or investment promotion agency. And of course, as said earlier, we are a founding member of Anima. So why Anima and why the Mediterranean? Well, the Mediterranean area is for us a very important and a strategic location for Business France for two core missions. First of all, of course, because France is a Mediterranean country, so this is really our neighborhood, but also because the Mediterranean area is not only a very important place in terms of market for companies or in terms of potential for foreign investors coming to France, but also a kind of springboard to reach out to other very important markets for us, which are namely the Middle East and Africa, or Sub-Saharan Africa. So the development of cooperation within the Mediterranean area is a strategic stake for us. So within this, why Anima? Anima obviously is a very important partner for us, first and foremost because it is a platform where we will meet all our sister agencies, investment promotion agencies from the Mediterranean area and beyond. So this is for us a very convenient tool to develop partnerships, to exchange on our best practices and to know each other, and also to develop joint projects with our partners from Tunisia, from Morocco, also from Southern Europe. So this is the first asset that Anima provides us. And for instance, we meet every month through the EPSOMED training sessions and webinars, which are a very interesting opportunity for us to share our experience, but also to get insight on the experience of our other partners within Anima. But I think the specificity of Anima, beyond being a kind of club of investment promotion agency, is precisely that it is not just a club of investment promotion agency, it's more than that. And as said in the presentation done by Emmanuel, the specificity of Anima is that we also have the presence of a very strong presence of the private sector companies and representatives of companies, our president being certainly one of the best examples of this presence of the private sector within Anima, which opens our minds, our views on other fields of cooperation which go far beyond the cooperation between investment promotion agencies. So this is for us a unique opportunity to work with the companies from all the Mediterranean area to understand their challenges, their projects, and to develop projects in a partnership with them. Within this, Anima has developed for the past 15 years I think a unique experience, which is very interesting in terms of the relationship between the North and the South, developing, for instance, the mentoring of companies, their knowledge of how clusters work and how we can make clusters work with each other. And these skills developed by Anima are very complementary with what we do at Business France. And this is why, for us, one of the main benefits of being part of Anima at Business France is that we can develop cooperation projects where we bring each of us, Anima, and us on many projects, other partners within the Anima network, bring our expertise and build something which is really complementary. I will just give two examples. Recently, we were asked by the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs in France to pilot a project to help bring together 15 networks of African companies in 15 African companies. Of course, we had some assets to do this, but we lacked the necessary experience in terms of managing this type of network, mentoring, and so on. And Anima provided us the necessary experience to make the best offer to our ministry, and now to implement this project, I should say, very successfully. So this is an example where Anima brought us some very useful input for one of the projects where we were leader, and the other way around. We are also happy to contribute to projects led by Anima, thanks to their connections and network with various stakeholders and international organizations, and where Business France can bring our own expertise, like for instance on the EPSOMED projects, which gives us additional opportunities to develop a specific ties with other countries or with other investment promotion agencies. So I will conclude just by joining my colleagues from Greece and Tunisia to invite other agencies to join us. We are not a closed club of partners who like to work together. We are very open, and we think that the more we are to cooperate, the more efficient our cooperation will be for the benefit of the Mediterranean countries, and beyond this, to help us also address new markets for us, some very important markets for us, which are Africa and the Gulf countries.
Thank you very much, Philippe, for these words. I would like now to give the floor to Mr. Mohamed Shoaib, who is a legal advisor at the General Authority for Investment and Free Zone in Egypt, to share his experience. Gafi is also a founding member. So sorry, I don't know if you hear me well. Mr. Mohamed Shoaib, legal advisor of the General Authority for Investment and Free Zone in Egypt. Gafi, his agency, is also a founding member of the Anima network, and they had the presidency at the beginning of the year 2010s. Mr. Shoaib, if you want to share your words as well, the floor is yours.
Thank you, my friend. I'm Mohamed Shoaib, legal advisor to CEO of the General Authority for Investment and Free Zones of Egypt, and its representative on Anima Investment Network's board of directors as a vice president. Actually, I'm very delighted and honored to take part in this event along with my colleagues from Anima and our esteemed partners from the UNICTAD and investment promotion agencies joining us. As a prelude and building on what my colleague already mentioned, GAFI is responsible for regulating and encouraging investment, promoting investment opportunities in Egypt, as well as acting as a one-stop shop for investors with an aim to achieve national economic and sustainable development. In addition to that, GAFI is the competent governmental body for establishment, operation and development of both investment and free zones in the country. Our belief in GAFI that economic development and sustainable investment cannot be achieved without an outward look through international cooperation like this and long-term partnerships like what we have with Anima. GAFI has been an active partner of valued regional and international organizations, among them our esteemed Anima network. To hold the presidency, actually, GAFI was one of the founding members of the Anima back in 2006. We had the honor to hold the presidency, as my friends mentioned, of the network between 2009 and 2012. And at the early beginning of Anima, we have been enabled the opportunity to identify the fields of cooperation as well as funding opportunities across the Mediterranean region so that we can achieve regional integration through implementing collaborative projects. GAFI has been able to celebrate with Anima members and our partners, especially the UNICTAD, the most remarkable measures taken by the Egyptian government to build workable and smooth business environment. Chief among these measures are setting up more than 13 smart investor service centers in different governorates to simplify and streamline corporate establishment and restructuring procedures and aftercare services for investment projects. Currently, we are celebrating also having over 9 public free zones that are furnished and equipped with infrastructure, advanced services, and fully exempted from taxes and customs. An interactive investment map, which provides a comprehensive view of available investment opportunities across Egypt based on a promotion plan that boosts sustainable development goals of the Egyptian National Strategy 2030. Responding to the significant challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, GAFI has adopted several measures since its early outbreak in order to mitigate its negative implications through launching a number of e-services, most notably the remote incorporation of new companies, e-payments, and electronic signatures. GAFI had also provided favorable legal conditions through producing additional incentives and exemptions for free zones and investment zones so that they can sustain their operation and production during the pandemic. Such efforts have been culminated by ranking Egypt as the highest recipient of FDI in Africa for 4 consecutive years, with total net FDI flows of about $5.9 billion in 2020, as per the UNICTAD World Investment Report of 2021. Some of you might wonder why international cooperation projects are key to an investment promotion agency like GAFI. Well, we believe in GAFI that working in project mode like this, exchanging policies and gaining hands-on experience allowed us to identify challenges and come up with practical solutions to the whole market community through eliminating barriers to entry and implementing actions with national and international stakeholders. We reflect together, we accelerate the development of our tools, and we test them through pilot projects in order to set up new public policies and apply to best practices within the network and beyond. Actually, being a member of Anima network, we are regularly informed of eventual funding opportunities, and we are supposed to access these funds always. Anima gave us partners to take part in the consortia, takes charge of the consultations of partners, draft project proposals, and eventually manage the project when necessary. For example, between 2012 and 2015, Anima gave us a valuable opportunity to integrate a consortium of organizations in Egypt, France, Greece, Italy, Tunisia, and Lebanon, within the framework of a cross-border cooperation that was co-financed by the European Union. LactiMed project aimed at strengthening the production and distribution of typical and innovative dairy products in the Mediterranean countries through the creation of clusters and local distribution channels with the ultimate goal to promote integrated development of the regional dairy chain. Actually, the project has helped to address real issues in dairy value chain, create a comprehensive sector diagnosis report, establish the first local agro-industry cluster for dairy product in the region, and adopt and implement innovative management techniques and technological schemes for the enhancement of agriculture and food development policies at large. And for that, it was chosen among the most successful regional strategic projects funded by the EU. Today, our focus is more on the global and regional action plans. As you know, that the post-COVID-19 pandemic severely affected our EU-Med countries. However, we believe that the current situation poses a valuable opportunity rather than an impediment for all of us to come together and collaborate towards greater, greener, and more inclusive sustainable development for our communities through boosting private sector engagement and integrating regional value chains across the Mediterranean. To achieve these common ends in Anima, we collectively designed an initiative that encompasses investment promotion agencies as well as business networks, and we are eager to have all the Mediterranean countries on board. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Shoaib, and thank you for the good transition with the future activities. Thank you to all the testimonials. So you understood this workshop is made also because the network is interesting to build new relations, new collaborations, possibly with new organizations, new countries, especially from the Mediterranean basin, as well as the GCC and Africa. Therefore, I would like to give the floor to my colleague, Aurélien Baudouin. He's the Director of Network and Development at Anima, to present us what are the future challenges we are going to address, the future initiatives we are preparing, and also to tell us some words about how to join this network, because in the end, some of you may want to know. Aurélien, are you there?
Yes, thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you.
I'll share the presentation for you, Aurélien, if you don't mind.
Sorry, you can share the presentation, yeah. So good morning, everyone. I am Aurélien Baudouin, the Director for Network and Development at Anima headquarters. For me, to capitalize on what has been said until now, it's important to tell you that at Anima, adapting to the economic and social context, and therefore we are very reactive in putting in place initiatives in reaction to a challenge which may appear. However, I can share with you some important topics that we are currently working on and that we have in the pipeline. First, the development of Mediterranean value chains to attract benefits of the new organization of the world production, which is underway, particularly after the pandemic. And we intend to reflect with the network on the new sector strategies, organize matchmaking between companies from different countries, in particular with the support of business clusters, and also to support the adaptation of the regulation which facilitates regional trade and investment. For example, non-tariff barriers related to import or export, incentives to research and development and innovation, mobility of capital, etc. Secondly, we want to promote investment which generates more impact for the countries, in particular in relation to the Sustainable Development Goals achievement. We are discussing currently with several partners and donors to launch an initiative which will help the emergence of an investment project pipelines in the countries. Also to connect this project with enterprises and investors, and to equip investment agencies and government with tools to be able to measure and to maximize the local impacts of this project. To incentive investors, we plan to launch awards and communication campaigns to promote their best practices and realizations. Then finally, we are also very committed as a network in building bridges between Europe, the Gulf country, and the African continent through our unique position in the Mediterranean basin. We established strategic partnership with investment promotion agencies networks as well as business networks in Africa. For the last 4 years, we have been conducting joint projects. For example, these networks and their members participated in the Anima capacity building activities, and we are also implementing technical assistance missions to support agencies in Africa while involving the networks members' expertise. And we would like to extend that and to develop the same type of collaboration with the Gulf countries. We'd be happy to invite new organizations to join our network as conclusion and also increase the joint opportunities and this power of networking. Joining Anima opens up you the community of practitioners and business partners, and it would bring you a great channel for promotion and networking within the Mediterranean and beyond. Above all, it opens up jointly collaboration to design and carry out cooperation initiatives for stronger and more inclusive economic development. This includes the member mobilization and access to expertise, to training, and many other things. Thank you, Emmanuel. I give you the floor back.
Thank you very much, Aurélien. Thank you very much, Aurélien. As a word of, maybe they have questions. If you have questions, so you put them in the chat, and I think the team at UNCTAD will forward the question to us. In the meantime, I would like to give for a conclusive word or pre-conclusive word the floor to our colleagues and Vice President Philo Meli from Malta Enterprise. She's very active in the international institutions and network, and has been a board member of Anima for years. So Philo, maybe if you want to share with us a word. You are also the ambassador of Malta non-resident ambassador of Malta to Algeria, and I cannot miss that. So please tell us a few words. Philo, we cannot hear you.
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Very well.
Yes, yes. So you have delegated to me the task of concluding today's workshop. So okay. I'd better do it well. Anyway, so every one of you who is listening, dear colleagues, friends, I am Philo and I come from Malta Enterprise. Malta Enterprise is Malta's investment promotion and economic development agency, and we are founding members of Anima. And we have always remained committed to Anima because as a Mediterranean country and also as an EU member state, and I'm speaking from experience because I've been in Anima since the very beginning. So we feel the importance, the necessity to collaborate with all the other Mediterranean countries on issues which are common to us all, and to address together the challenges that we Mediterranean countries face, and to learn from each other, to exchange information, to exchange best practices, and also to discover that rather than being competitive, who will get the most FDI? No, we can actually complement each other and supplement each other because there are many synergies which we still have to discover and exploit. And every individual Mediterranean country, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses, but together we can be a stronger force. I want to point out that within Anima, all the members are treated equally, whether they come from a governmental organization, territorial, public or private, and we do not make any distinction between those countries that are north of the Mediterranean, say the EU, and the southern shores of the Mediterranean. We are a network of professionals and we collaborate on technical issues. It is our common values and mutual respect for each other that have always united us, and more so in COVID times, in the post-COVID times, and which continue to guide us, and hopefully after COVID is over, let's hope so. The economic integration of the Mediterranean countries still remains low, and exchanges between Mediterranean countries are well below their potential. And there are still many opportunities and challenges to be tapped in various sectors. And this is what Anima aims to do through its various initiatives, to assist in increasing trade exchanges with each other and the rest of the world. And most important, to help to make our region more attractive to foreign investors. Our region is a gateway to the EU, to North Africa, to the Middle East. So there's a lot of potential. And so we do this by helping our members to strengthen their organizations, by assisting them, supporting them, and also guiding them if necessary. So as Anima, we have a network of experts and collaborators to do this. And here I must also mention access to resources, also to funds, including those from the EU and other international organizations. And also very important, access to know-how and to technology, to the latest technology. Because of our flexible governance, we have always been able to stay one step ahead. And this is what gives the network its relevance and added value. We do not have too much bureaucracy. In fact, I would say not at all, because we can approach each other very, very, very easily, very quickly, just a telephone call. My friends and colleagues from Greece, Egypt, Tunisia, and France have given some examples of our projects, and especially Laureliane about our future initiatives. And I advise you to go on our website, where you can find the list of projects that we have carried out and others that we are currently working on. So I invite all those who are listening, who are not yet members, to get to know more about us and to see what we can offer to you. I thoroughly recommend joining our network, because we can grow stronger as we grow bigger. And we will grow stronger both as individual members and also as a force in the Euromed region, so that we can better access opportunities, not only in our Euromed area, but also beyond the Middle East, the Gulf countries, and Africa south of the Sahara. So I think that's all I have to say. I thank you, all of you, for participating in our workshop today, and please feel free to communicate with me, with Aureliane, with us all. So thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure to address you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Philo, Philippe, for this very, very nice conclusive words. Indeed, as Philo recalled, you have been put in the chat all the contact details of each speaker, his email address, and also the contact details for myself and Aurélien, including our telephone. So you could be contacted us. We are at your disposal if you want to participate in initiatives with the people you have seen today, the organizations you have seen today, and to participate in joint projects and collaborate for the future of this Mediterranean. We thank you very much, the speakers, the president, obviously, the vice president, and all the participants to this event, the audience for assisting to this workshop until the end, and above all, obviously, to UNCTAD for the invitation to make this panel, and we hope to welcome you soon among this network or its initiatives. Thank you very much, and goodbye.